What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and tonight it's going to be time to take down Salamence with the mightiest mark in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Oh boy, we've had a busy 2 weeks since last we did one of these. 3 weeks, however long it's been, you know. The next console coming out. Okay, let's take a look at Salamence. This information comes to us from Cerebi.net. He has Tera Blast, which is interesting. Dragon Pulse, Earthquake, and Flamethrower, so he's a mixed attacker. Salamence by default is stronger as a physical attacker, but what's unique about Tera Blast is it goes off of whichever stat is higher. Does he have Moxie? Yes, he has Moxie. So every time he knocks out any of the Pokemon, he's gonna get strong, he's gonna get an attack boost. So eventually, Tera Blast is gonna switch from a special attack to a physical attack. He also has Heat Wave, Breaking Swipe to lower your attack, and Dragon Dance, because, you know, he needs to increase his attack more. He starts the battle off with Heat Wave, that I'm pretty sure that hits everyone, and then he resets your stats at 86% immediately after he puts up the shield, and then again resets your stat at 65%. He then uses Breaking Swipe at half. He resets his own stats at 44 and Dragon Dance at 40. Okay. That's a lot of things. The good news is he's not taking advantage of his Terra type being flying really all that much. The fact that he has to have Tera Blast goes to show you Salamance's problem is that he doesn't have any good flying moves, and that's the reason his Mega required his ability, what's called Aerialate, to convert normal moves into flying moves. So I was messing around with how the game is gonna like choose its attacks and everything, and I was using Electros, who was actually one of my favorite Pokemon to have on my team for like grinding through the regular Tera Raid battles before unlocking the final ones. And someone recommended a set. Cosplay Ferret recommended it to M-Dash, who recommended it to me. We're looking at a max special defense, max HP Electros, who has Levitate. He's an electric type with Levitate. He's one of two that have it, and because of that, he's not going to be able to choose Earthquake. So the only physical move he could do is Tera Blast once his physical attack is stronger than his special attack. But we have Gastro Acid, which nullifies the target's ability. So Moxie is going to be negated. He's never going to be getting that attack boost except for that scripted Dragon Dance later on. And then we also have Acid Spray to decrease his special defense. We have Thunderbolt and Protect, although in some refinement, it turns out that we don't need the Protect. We're of course also holding the Shell Bell because that's how you win Tera Raid Battles. Oh, and we even have an Intimidator. Nice. And Belly Bolt, who might be able to do the Paralyze. You know, that 10% chance goes hard. So first things first, we do that Gastro Acid, and then he no longer has Moxie. From here, we're going to be using Acid Spray 2 times, and then that's going to bring his special defense down to -4. On this turn, when he nullifies our stat changes, instead of using Protect, he automatically sets up the shield. We're recommended to use a Defense Cheer this turn. And I think that it has to do with how defense cheers work. If you use it right before you get knocked out, it just perpetually remains on. I'm gonna go ahead and use my additional Acid Spray. He's now at a full -6, and we can Terrastalize, but we're not going to Terrastalize until we come back with full health. Oh, he also got Paralyzed. Nice. Here's the Dragon Pulse. Yeah, there it is. There's the KO I was expecting. He's going to nullify stat changes and abilities on our side, so that's the second time he does it. We don't need to worry about it anymore. Now he's still at -6 special defense. We came back full health. Let's go ahead, Terrastalize and Thunderbolt. It's a nice chunk of damage. From here, we're just going to continue to do Thunderbolt until he goes ahead and cleanses his stat changes. Here's our third Thunderbolt, and that's going to be enough to break the shield. He has not been fully paralyzed for me, so even though he appears paralyzed, that really hasn't affected the game at all. There it is. He removed negative effects from himself right after the shield broke for me. Now on this turn, we go ahead with an Acid Spray, and we could go ahead with Thunderbolt. Yeah, I guess we could go for an additional Acid Spray here just so he goes down faster, especially because we're now fully recovering all of our health. Wow, it's so dramatically different once he doesn't have Moxie. Like, this isn't a hard battle anymore. Electros is winning. We don't have any buffs. His attack is still at neutral, but that's what he gets for being a special attacker. Special attack in Salamence. Okay, so now we're just gonna use Thunderbolt, and that's gonna help us win. I was sitting here thinking to myself over the last week about how amazing Mario Kart's gonna be. I mean, about what kind of set Salamence could have. And the entire time I'm just like, he doesn't have good flying moves. For him to have a good flying move, they would have to do like a Rain Hurricane set. You get a luxury ball because you a baller. It turned out to be a much more difficult set because they gave him Moxie instead of Intimidate. But then at the same time, it was like, once you got rid of Moxie and they gave him special attacks, there's not really much he could hurt us with. And that's a GG. Oh, we should go over rewards. 3% chance at all the Herba Mysticas, no guaranteed rewards. 7-star Salamence, he's gonna be up this weekend and next weekend, and then it's gonna be something else after that. Great. Thank you guys so much for being here. Till next time, Austin John out.
Man, they see me shining like I got the charm. Stay strapped, got that jet ball in my palm. Fell from the sky, guess I'm the chosen one. And if you need to know how, check out Austin John. Champion flow, flow. Yeah, I got that champion flow, flow.